This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. High school basketball is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the playoffs. The 5A Boys West Regionals get underway tonight. We've got games all over the place on the Oklahoma Sports Network. But we're here in Del City, where the Eagles begin their postseason run against the Guymon Tigers. We're going to have a double dip tonight, a couple of OSN schools here in Del City. We'll have both games for you, Lawton Mac and Class and SAS, coming up later this evening. But first up, it's the Eagles, the home squad, taking on Guymon just moments away here on OSN. Josh Calloway here with you in Del City, Oklahoma. Thrilled to be with you once again for another great postseason run on OSN. We already got it started on Tuesday on the girls' side. Lots of girls' games all over OSN on Tuesday. Went well for a lot of mid-Del teams, a lot of OSN teams. More of the same we're hoping for, expecting tonight. We've got games all over the place, and we'll talk about it a little bit throughout the night as we've got playoff basketball starting at the 3A and above level on the boys' side tonight, and especially at 5A. We've got you absolutely covered. I think, if I'm not mistaken, all four of the 5A West regional hosts have their games tipping off here in just a few minutes. They're all on OSN, with Lawton High, Carl Albert getting in there as well, and then Altus, an OSN school, is out in El Reno. Again, we'll look at the full schedule, what we have coming up tonight in just a little bit. But as for our game here, Del City, obviously 2 years removed from a state championship. Last year, a run to the state tournament, trying to go on another run like that. They have a team certainly equipped to do it. They're a regional host. They earned it by finishing second in their district. And when they went on that state championship run a couple years ago, they opened up the postseason against the Guymon Tigers, which is who comes into town today, making the long voyage. And again, it's worth a reminder, I'm sure a lot of people tuned in know, but I'm sure a lot don't. The format is different this year in high school basketball at the 5A level. This is an elimination game. It used to be everyone got two. That's not the case anymore. The loser of these games tonight that we'll have and all across the Oklahoma Sports Network, their seasons are over. These are elimination games from the get-go tonight. So Del City Guymon, Class and SAS, Lawton Mac coming up later on. We're going to slice down our group here from 4 teams down to 2 as seasons are going to end this evening on OSN. It's a great time here. It's really exciting, and we're thrilled to be here with you for what should be a great night of basketball from Del City as the Eagles get ready to take on the Guymon Tigers in just moments here on OSN. Like I said, Josh Calloway here with you. The winner of tonight's game will take on the winner of our next game, which will be Class and SAS and Lawton Mac. That game will be at 7 o'clock back here tomorrow night in Del City. That will be also live on OSN. We've got you covered. If you've been around with us for a while, you know the postseason, I feel like, is where OSN, we really shine. We're all over the place. Lots of playoff basketball, and we're ready to get this thing rolling in just a moment. We're going to step aside quickly for the national anthem. When we come back, we're going to have starting lineups, and we'll have the basketball. Del City, Guymon, 5A elimination game coming up next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. because your success is our success.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
All right, back in Del City. Josh Calloway here with you, just about ready to get this one started in just a moment. The first of two here tonight in Del City. We've got the Guymon Tigers taking on the Del City Eagles coming up in just a couple of moments. The first game of the 5A Regionals. We mentioned winner of this game will take on the winner of Class and SAS Lawton Mac tomorrow night. That game will not be an elimination game. We'll talk about that a little more as the night goes on and, of course, when we get to tomorrow. But this game is. Seasons are going to end here tonight. We've got a couple of them, and we're pumped up to bring it to you. Starting lineups for tonight's ball game, presented by Dynamic Health Clinic. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries, able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. First for the Guymon Tigers, coached by Michael Schnatz, who goes by Coach Germany, we have been told. Number 2 is Malachi Martinez. He's a 5'10" senior. Number 15 is Caden Keenan, a 6'2" senior. Number 21, Mark Montgomery, a 6'5" senior. Number 23, Tesfaye Leray, a 6'3" senior. And number 31 is brother Alamayu Leray, a 6'5" sophomore. Now, like we mentioned, the Tigers coached by Michael Schnatz. 4-18 on the year, 2-12 in district play. The home squad, the Del City Eagles, starting 5, projected. We're going off the usual suspects here. Number 3 is Meshawn Graham, a 6'2" senior. Number 5, Kaman Shaw, a 5'10" junior. Number 10, Jashawn McAllister, a 6'1" senior. Number 24, Caleb Blackwolf, a 6'1" sophomore. And number 35 is Tavon Johnson, a 6'4" senior. The Eagles are, of course, coached by the great Lenny Hatchett. And again, starting line is presented by Dynamic Health Clinic. Just about ready to get this thing started. Del City, the home team in the home whites with the red numbers on front and back. Script Del City on the front. Guymon, the road squad, in the black unis today with white numbers on the front and back. White Guymon across the chest. A little orange hint in there mixed in. And we are thrilled to be with you for the postseason. It's a great time of year. We love this time of year. And it should be a fun next few weeks. We already got started on the girls' side on Tuesday, but we're getting ready to get it going on the boys' end of things. As Del City, the state champs of 2 years ago. And, of course, Midwest City, the defending champs, will be on our airwaves later tonight as well. Great time of year and a lot of hoops for you on OSN. We've got 2 here tonight in Del City. Glad you're going to be with us. Opening tip is going to be won by the Eagles. They possess it first. Going left to right from our vantage point here in Del City. Open 3, Clackamas right out of the gates for Caleb Blackwolf. And the Eagles strike first. A very quick Bobby Lewis Insurance 3-ball. And Del City, the home squad, is on the board right out of the gates. And a turnover here leads to a fast break. Layup left hand scooped up and in for Kaman Shaw. And so it's a fast start for Del City. They lead at 5-0. We mentioned 2 years ago when Del City went on to win the state championship. They opened at home against Guymon. Yours truly was on the call for that game, so it feels a little deja vu-y, I'm not going to lie. A 3-ball from the top of the key for the Tigers doesn't go. Offensive rebound, though, and stick back won't roll home for Tesfaye Leray. Leads to a break, down the lane, contact, and a foul will send Mishon Graham to the line. Our first look at the Toonie Buys Houses charity stripe of the day. Toonie Buys Houses, we buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. First one's up and good, so a fast start for the home team here tonight. And big change to the postseason this year, with this being an elimination game. Used to be no matter what, you got 2 looks at it. Even if you dropped that opener, you had a chance to bounce back, as he misses the second one. Not anymore. These opening round games all across the state tonight are one-and-done situations for the loser, which is puts a little more emphasis on it. Turnover here by Guymon. And for a team that's a big favorite like Del City tonight here at home, of course, all the regional hosts are, it kind of puts a little pressure on you that wouldn't normally be there to get out and get off to a fast start. Don't make sure you're not sweating it as you go along, that your season's on the line. And so far, a good start for the Eagles as they have an early 6-0 lead. 3 in the corner for Shaw Clackums. Boy, what a start for Del City, as they've come out 2 triples, forcing turnovers, and they're up 9-0 in a blink here on top of Guymon. Great start for the home team, as this was going to be deflected out of bounds by Mishon Graham. I want to make sure we thank some more sponsors here, as we have a lot, and we want to thank all our sponsors who help us bring you these postseason broadcasts. You see them up in the left-hand corner. That's Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC. As a layup here is going to go for the Tigers, their first bucket of the day. I think that was 23 Leray who put that one in, the older of the 2. 3 here for Shaw on the wing. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Leray. Start the break for the Tigers, who are trying to get some momentum back on their side after the quick start for the home team. Working on Black Wolf. Now he's trapped in the corner. That's no man's land right there, and a smart timeout taken by Coach Schnatz for the Tigers. It should be just a 30-second timeout, which does give us a chance to make sure we thank our sponsors, like we mentioned. Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC, your hometown dealer for new and pre-owned vehicles. Visit today at Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC. Exit Hudeberg at 6100 Tinker Diagonal, Midwest City. Confidence, of course, a Cavender dealership. And then on the right-hand side, you see our first quarter sponsor, which is Scrambled. We're starting this game the way you should start your day, with Scrambled. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep-fried French toast. 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A in OKC. You can call them at 405-900-5972. Mr. Middell for us at OSN, Jordan Ray, speaks very highly of Scrambled. So get out there whenever you can. I'm a big breakfast guy. Check out Scrambled. So Guymon down 9-2. Possesses the basketball here. This is Leray handling it, guarded by Blackwolf. The transfer from El Reno, who's been tremendous this year for Del City. That ball almost deflected in. But El Reno's still been great. Been one of the best teams in 5A. They'll be on our airwaves. Actually, they're on our airwaves right now against Altus. As a missed shot here. If all holds chalk over there, Midwest City and El Reno would play tomorrow. And, boy, that is a big boy game. Got some work to do to make sure that happens. Both teams got to win. But, man, what a game that would be if we get it tomorrow. Yours truly will be on the call for that game as well, if that's the way that goes. So hopefully it does. As Eagles possess it, up by 7. Shaw for 3. Hit one earlier. This one doesn't go. Rebound is loose and scooped up by Keenan. I spoke a little too soon. It's going to go out of bounds and actually stay at this end with the Eagles. First sub for Del City, Jaden Johnson, senior off the bench, going to come in and replace Jashawn McAllister. Some of these Eagles players in Norman last night to see their former Eagle. I mentioned that 22 championship team, or 23, I should say, of 2 years ago. Of course, Brandon Garrison, the centerpiece of that. He was in Norman last night playing for Kentucky against the Sooners. Had a big game. Pass deflected here and out of bounds. Good anticipation by Tesfaye Leray. Always going first name first. Got 2 of them out there, 23 and 31 for Guymon. Shaw handles it. He gets it to Blackwolf. Left side to Johnson. He'll fire away on a three. He can really shoot it. This one's not going to go, though. Rebound again, pulled in by Tesfaye Leray. He's been everywhere early. 9-2 start for the Eagles. But the offense kind of cooled off after the fast start. Interception here by Tavon Johnson. He feeds it off to Blackwolf. Blackwolf to the rim. Contact and the foul. That was slick by Tavon Johnson. Definitely going to get another look at that on the Super Subs instant replay. Through the contact and the foul. That was well done. Makes it 11-2. Our first use, like I mentioned, of the Super Subs instant replay. Super Subs has chicken Phillies. Try the deluxe, barbecue, or buffalo. Barbecue chicken, I should say, or buffalo. Frito doesn't roll home, so it stays a 9-point lead, 11-2, just closing in on the halfway point of this first quarter. Josh Calloway here with you in Del City. To Lee Ray's playing catch here. In the corner left side is Keenan. Keenan to the top. Martinez calls out some direction. Being hounded by Blackwolf. Pokes it loose. He's going diving on the floor. First one on the floor. Able to save it, though, is Martinez. Now contact here as Graham trying to force the issue. And it's going to be a foul on Graham. Be the first one on the Eagles in this opening quarter. Guymon with 2 early ones. Another sub for Del City as Blackwolf comes off a little hitch in the giddy up there. Hopefully nothing significant. He'll be replaced by Marquise Fleming. Freshman off the bench. Really talented youngster for Del City. He's guarding the ball here. Lee Ray, right-hand shot. That's good. That was a heck of a finish. And that makes it 11-4. Very nicely done. 3 ball for Meshawn Graham. That's too strong. Alamayu Lee Ray scoops the rebound. Both the Lee Rays have been kind of doing a little everything so far for Guymon, and they're hanging tough. Obviously, the fast start was 9-0 in a blink. Since then, they've kind of settled in a little bit. Martinez loses the handle. Graham, a heck of an effort to save it. Somebody didn't go out of bounds, and he buys him a possession. Shaw long pass it to Fleming. Oh, he mishandled it, but able to save it. He got his eyes got wide there looking at the easy layup. Johnson for 3 won't roll home. Graham able to run down the board in the corner, though. Another opportunity for Del City. Shaw, left side. Johnson, another look at it. That one's off. Rare to see Jaden Johnson off on this many open looks early. That's going to change before too long. Guymon going to want to button that up. Lee Ray, meanwhile, down the lane. His shot banked up and good. So that was Alamayu Lee Ray, number 31. And it's 11-6. So Guymon, give him credit. Hanging tough after the big right hook out of the gates for Del City. And it's now a 5-point game at 11-6. Fleming on the wing, swings around to Shaw. Bounce pass to Johnson in the corner. Spin move, Tavon Johnson. Kick out, Shaw, good ball move underneath to Johnson. Oh, great pump fake. And then went up and under Mark Montgomery, and he laid it home. That was well done. And now a turnover. Kaman Shaw pokes it loose. He'll go to the rim. And he's fouled. And Kaman Shaw will head to the free throw line. All the hits there, I want to make sure we get this in so you know fully what you're working with. This is what all the games we have coming on just right now. There's even more later, but obviously we got a great game here. But Carl Albert and Duncan in action as we speak. Lawton High hosting Santa Fe South. Altus, like we said, taking on one of the best teams in 5A in El Reno. And then Bethany at the 4A level's got Tecumseh at home tonight. So that's all right now. We got 5 games live right now on OSN. And so we've got you covered. Get out a second screen and enjoy all the basketball. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time of year. Split trip there makes it 14-6 Eagles. This is Ozaida for the Tigers, who drives the baseline and lays it home through some contact. So Ozaida comes off the bench and immediately provides some energy for Guymon. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Also off the bench for Guymon into the game for the first time. Well, I would to say it. I don't have a 10 on my roster. We'll have to check out who 10 is for Guymon. Our apologies there. We'll get that clarified. 52 is in the game for the Tigers. That's Connor Stelzer. Graham swinging to the top. Shaw. Nice pass underneath. Johnson turnaround shot is good. So Jaden Johnson, a little bit off on the three-point shot early. Making sure to get himself to the rim. Smart. Older player off the bench. Of course, Jaden Johnson having a great season. Lead back to 8 at 16-8. That's a travel, yep. They're going to get Caden Keenan for kind of jumping in the lane there. That's a turnover. Del City, DeMarion Turner into the game for the first time, number 4. Also back in is Jashawn McAllister. Lenny Hatchett can go deep into that bench. And it's kind of a fine line. You know, it's, like we said, season's on the line. It's not you have to win this game or the season's over. But you also have to be cognizant that you play tomorrow. Turner for 3. Clackhams right off the bench and drills a deep one. A Bobby Lewis 3-ball. And the lead goes back to 11 for the Eagles. Into the final minute now and a turnover. Jaden Johnson lead the fast break. Down the floor, layup good. So it's a big offensive first quarter for Del City. 21-8. They'll say McAllister bumped Ozida here. Just a second team foul. Not going to really hurt the Eagles much. Nick Holmes, number 33, into the game. He's a 6'2" junior. I've had the pleasure of calling Del City a couple of times this season. I don't think we've seen a ton of Nick Holmes, at least, again, just in the couple of games that I have been on the mic for. 21-8, Del City, fast start at home here in their playoff opener. Hoping to start with would be a long run. Leray for 3, leaves it short. Johnson gets the rebound, long pass ahead to Holmes right off the bench. I just mentioned him, and he lays it home. So a big first quarter for Del City on the scoreboard, 23 points. That's a lot in high school hoops. I don't need to tell anybody tuned in that. Almost a turnover for Guymon, able to save it. Alamayu Leray gets it ahead. Final 10 seconds, he'll kick it out. Feeds it off. Stelzer from the free throw line, offline. Rebound pulled in by Holmes, got just a few seconds. Long pass head to Fleming. Can he get a shot off? I think that would have counted. It was close, but doesn't go in, so it doesn't matter. But it's a great start for the home team. After one, Del City in control. They lead it over Guymon 23-8 in this 5A elimination game. You're watching playoff basketball live right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Back to Del City. Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Glad you be with us on a Thursday evening, the start of the 5A playoffs. Beautiful time of year. The run to the big house now in 5A. We've kind of been talking about that throughout the season on OSN, and now we're actually here. It's going to be kind of strange. See some state tournament games, 5A and 6A, back at the big house this year. Ozida's turnaround shot doesn't go for Guymon. It was a fast start for Del City. They led 9-0 out of the gates as McAllister fires away on a 3. Clackhams. Another Bobby Lewis 3-ball for Del City. And they continue to pour it on offensively as they now lead at 26-8. This is a big offensive start to this game, certainly for the home squad. Foul on the Eagles there. Early one here in the second quarter. Fouls, of course, reset each quarter. Martinez handling it for Guymon. He'll hand it off to Ozida. And you got, I think, a foul on a moving screen, I believe that was. Well, I didn't see a signal. Might have been a travel. I'm not sure what the call was there, truthfully, but it's a turnover for Guymon. Stelzer out. Back in for the Tigers is Mark Montgomery, number 21. Del City handling the ball, up by 18. McAllister has it, feeds it off to Turner on the right. Screen set by Fleming. McAllister hit one a moment ago, going to fire away again. That one offline. Holmes the rebound, though, kicks out to Johnson. Swings around. Fleming open look at a three. Left it short. Rebound, though, Holmes again. Second offensive rebound of the possession. Got blocked. McAllister, though, able to save it. He got blocked, but able to pull it in. Del City able to keep the possession through these empty shot attempts. Turner, feed off. Johnson for three. Clackham's. Well, didn't we say that if you give Jaden Johnson enough open threes, eventually he's going to hit one? He's just too good of a shooter, and he got one there. 29-8, down the lane. Shot doesn't go for the Tigers, leads to a fast break for the Eagles. Turner, handoff Fleming. Guymon a good job getting back on that. Fleming has it once again. Bounce pass underneath to Holmes. Nice give to McAllister. Swinging around. Johnson pump fake. He'll kick it out. McAllister in the corner. No. Left it short. Lee Ray the board. Guymon going to try and run. Ooh, nice move by Lee Ray. Couldn't save it. Eventually we'll go out of bounds. Holmes had his foot on the baseline, so it'll actually stay with the Tigers after all that. Second quarter sponsor, see him in the right-hand corner. That is Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings, 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. BOGO wing deals every Tuesday and Thursday, so make sure to get to B-Dubs in Del City specifically, our favorite location here on OSN, and check them out and get some free wings. You buy one, you get one over at Del City on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Got a whistle and a foul here, going to go on the Eagles. Second one of the quarter on the home team, who are off to a fast start, leading 29-8 over Guymon. Firing away on a three here, and offline was Martinez. The rebound by Holmes, who's playing some nice minutes here for Del City. Actually, excuse me, that was Marcus Fleming, 23 into the game, I believe, who pulled that down. Just subbed in. Got Marquise Fleming, 22, and Marcus Fleming, 23. Can get very confusing. Johnson for three, Clackham's. So Jaden Johnson has heated up after the semi-slow start, if you can really call it that. It was just a few shots. As another Bobby Lewis three ball makes it 32-8 Eagles, as they've come out running here at home in their home regional. Marquise Fleming pokes it away on the floor. Leray able to save it for the Tigers, but his pass deflected out of bounds by Johnson. Boy, hard not to be impressed right now with what Del City's doing defensively just as much as offensively. I mean, they're hitting shots. They got 32 points on the board with still over half this second quarter to go. But defensively, very aggressive, jumping in a lot of the pass lanes. I have to think Coach Lenny Hatchett pretty pleased with the overall intensity and effort level so far for his home squad Eagles. And again, I'm beating a dead horse, repeating myself a little bit, but these are elimination game. You don't have that buffer, so you come out a little slow, and all of a sudden you got some nerves that your season could be ending early, but hadn't been an issue for Del City so far in this one. Three ball offline for Martinez. Start the break. Here's Fleming to the rim. Can't get it to go. Tip back Johnson, no. Got his own miss, then blocked, but they're going to call a foul. It's going to be on Yehudi Hernandez for the Tigers. By the way, I also did mention number 11, Isaiah Dunnigan, is in the game. 5'7" junior has checked in for the first time today. And back to the Toonie by House's charity stripe go the Eagles. This is Jaden Johnson shooting, too. First one will roll home. Mentioned we're here for two tonight here in Del City, so I'll be hanging out with you for another one after this one. It'll be Class and SAS and Lawton MacArthur coming up. That's approximately a 7:30 tip here in Del City. It'll be on a separate stream, so this stream will end after the game, but we'll fire that one up pretty quickly thereafter, and we'll be with you for another ball game. That one should be very interesting. I've seen both those teams this year as Guymon gets stuck in the backcourt for a 10-second call. See both those teams this year, and Long Mac obviously had the better season on paper, but Class in a bit of a tougher district, probably top to bottom. That game has a chance, I think, to be kind of interesting. I'm looking forward to that one coming up in just a little bit. Turner handles the ball for Del City, gives it up to Black Wolf on the wing. Black Wolf takes some contact. Good ball underneath to Johnson. Tried to slip it to the cutting Fleming and couldn't finish it. Kick out, open look at a three for Shaw. Clackham's. Come on, Shaw, off to a nice start tonight. He's hit a couple now from deep. Bobby Lewis three ball, and it's 36-8 Eagles as we near the midway point of the second quarter. Lee Ray pump fake and drive. Contact, lost the handle. Shaw scooped it up. Fast break for the Eagles again. Come on, Shaw. Nice move. Left-hand layup. Wildly put up. Didn't go. Some Eagle faithful looking for a whistle there. Didn't get it. Leray pulls up from the elbow. Front of the rim, no. Ball's loose. Ends up back with Leray, and he puts it home. So Desfai Leray missed it, but ended up getting his own miss and putting it back. Ends a scoring drop there for the Tigers, as they hadn't scored in this second quarter, but they're able to get one to go there. But obviously a big hole to try to climb out of right now, 36-10. Johnson for three, back iron, no. Rebound comes out, pulled in by Hernandez, so an empty trip for the Eagles. Leray taking some contact, pull away from behind, just never saw Turner. Turner able to save behind the back. Johnson layup is blocked, but not clean. They're going to call a foul on Hernandez. What a play by Turner, poking that loose. And then the ability to save it, swinging around his back right to Johnson, who didn't get the layup to go but was fouled in the process. Quite a play. So Johnson goes to the line and shoots two from the Toonie Vice House's charity stripe. First one on the way is good. Makes it 37-10 Eagles. Stick with us at halftime, by the way. We'll wrap up the first half, and we'll look at some of these scores in those other playoff games going on tonight, both in 5A and the 6A level. Maybe dip our toe into 4A as well, as the playoffs are off and running all across the great state of Oklahoma. Johnson makes both. He'll sub out. Tavon Johnson will replace him. Of course, state tournaments start as recently as next week for 2A and below at the Big House. And then 3A through 6A will get going the following Monday with 5A. Again, back at the State Fairgrounds this year. Final go for the Big House, the old school Big House. The new one will be ready next year. But the last ride going out with a bang, having every class state title game at Jim Norick Arena this year on the State Fairgrounds. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to it here on OSN. Fleming to the rim, can't get it to go. He got his own miss, though, and sticks it back. Got to specify, Marcus Fleming, the one who puts that home. And it's a 40-point first half for Del City with still a little under 3 minutes to work with. A very impressive offensive half. As the shot will go here for Guymon. That's Connor Stelzer, the senior, getting that bucket to fall. Makes it 40-12. Black Wolf right side to Meshon Graham. Shaw at the top. Left-hand pass over to Black Wolf for three. Too strong. Rebound pulled in by Leray. He'll start the break for the Tigers. Slows it up. Working on Meshon Graham here. Pull up from the elbow. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound skied for and ripped down by Shaw. Bounce pass to Meshon Graham, who lays it in. Boy, great body control there by Meshon Graham. It's really tough to finish layups like that when you're just flying down the court full speed, and he did just that. 42-12. Pull up from the free throw line for Leray, doesn't go. Rebound ripped down Black Wolf. Long pass head to Graham again. Eagles have been looking to run throughout this first half. Black Wolf, handoff Tavon Johnson. Gives it back out to Shaw. Bounce pass, Graham, open look at a three. Side of the rim, no good. And go underneath the baseline. So it'll go back over to Guymon. Marquise Fleming subbing back in for the Eagles to replace Marcus. Guymon pass here deflected. Had a announcement over the intercom here in, not the public address, but the intercom. Kind of threw me for a loop there for a moment. Not something that happened all the time. As Guymon has it back down by 30. Final 90 seconds here of the first half. This is Keenan handling it, and he'll hand it off to Leray. Alamayu Leray, to be specific. He'll drive, shot up, rolls off the back iron. Rebound pulled in by Graham. Long pass, they looking for Shaw, who can't quite save it. He wiped out on the baseline. It was definitely a heck of an effort, but his feet just kind of slid out from underneath him. Couldn't quite save it. Ozida brings it down for Guymon. Hand off to Keenan. Pass. Oh, what a play by Shaw just to rise up and intercept that all the way to the rim. Got it to go and one. What a play by Kamon Shaw. Take a look at that on the super subs instant replay. Boy, that was some serious athleticism to sky up and pull that in, and then to finish it. Good stuff. So Shaw will go to the line and try to complete the three-point play. For Del City into the game for the first time, number 15, Josiah Chester, 6'2 sophomore, as Shaw hits the free throw. It's 45-12 Eagles. Another sub here for the Eagles is 21, DeAndre Mustin, 5'9 sophomore. Like we mentioned, for Del City, it's an elimination game, so you can't play around too much, but you've got yourself a big leader in the first half, which allows Lenny Hatch the opportunity to get some other guys in the game, get some of your big guys who play big minutes off their feet, because you're going to have a huge game tomorrow if you win. So you can kind of play ahead a little bit when you get a big lead, which is what Del City's been able to do here. Graham in the corner. He'll take it out toward the top, feeds it up left side to Fleming. Fleming back to Graham. Right wing fires away on a three, left it short. The long rebound comes out and is scooped in by Keenan, who gets up to Leray, who'll take it to the rim and hammer it. Nicely done by Alamayu Leray. Got out in front and dunked that one home. 45-14, final 30 seconds. Johnson swinging around. Fleming, right side, Mishon Graham for three. A little too strong. Rebound ripped down by Stelzer. Final 15 seconds for the Tigers. Poked away, but a foul on Del City. It looked like for a moment that DeAndre Mustin was going to have a fast break all by himself, but gets whistled for the foul. Fourth team foul on Del City, so that was their last to give in the quarter. Pretty free-flowing first half. Neither team in the bonus in either of the first two frames. So we've kind of zipped through the first 16 minutes of this ballgame. Ozada into Leray. As final 10 seconds, we'll see if Guymon holds for the final shot, if they just go ahead and go when they feel it. Leray is going to go ahead and go to the rim, and a nice finish. Alamayu Leray, well done getting to the rim there and finishing. Long shot here at the buzzer. Doesn't go, and that ends the first half. But a very good first half for the home squad as they have a big lead here at home. Defensively did some good, obviously really good things to frustrate Guymon, forced a lot of turnovers, but offensively extremely impressive as they shot the ball well. They got to the rim. They forced turnovers and fast breaks, got out in transition. A very strong start at home for the host squad here in this regional, as Del City has a big lead at the end of the first half, 45-16. All right, we'll step aside for halftime here, or for a few moments, I should say, and we'll be back, and we'll wrap up the first half, look ahead to the second half, and like I said, we'll look at some of the other scores tonight on this first night of the 5A boys playoffs. Of course, we'll check in on some 6A games, as well as maybe something at the 4A level as well. Del City leading Guymon 45-16 at the end of the first half. You're watching high school basketball playoffs on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Back in Dell City, Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We are at halftime of our first game of two, with Dell City well out in front over Guymon 45-16. Eagles led 23-8 after one, and basically had a similar quarter in the second as they went 22-8 in the second quarter, bringing us to 45-16 at the break. Dell City in command here in their home regional again. Because it's different this year, I feel important to keep noting this is an elimination game, so loser of this ballgame season will be over, as that's true for our game later tonight as well. Lawton Mac and Classen SAS coming up. That game set for a 7:30 approximate tip time here in Dell City. We'll have that game for you right here on OSN. Yours truly will be on the call for it. Looking forward to that matchup between the Highlanders and the Comets. Should be a fun one coming up in just a little bit here on OSN. As for elsewhere in 5A tonight, we have a few scores we want to pass along as the 5A playoffs are obviously underway. Booker T. Washington, who we had on OSN last year in the state championship game, last year's runner-up, losing to Midwest City. They're off to a good start to their postseason. They're hammering Pryor right now, 52-13. El Reno, this game's on OSN, taking on Altus, leading 40-13. We mentioned if El Reno wins that game and Midwest City can beat Noble later, which will also be on OSN, that sets us up for Midwest City El Reno tomorrow night. The Bombers, the defending champs. El Reno, one of the big favorites this year, having a phenomenal season. That is going to be a fun basketball game, and I'm going to be on the call for it if it goes. Again, it's got to hold firm. It's not set in stone, but if that's the way it goes, that's going to be a lot of fun. I suggest everyone tune in tomorrow night for that one. Midwest City and El Reno coming up tomorrow night at 7. Again, if it goes chalk, and so far so good for El Reno. Up in Tulsa, we do have one close game going right now. Bishop Kelly is only up by 4 over Coweta, 23-19. So that game very competitive right now as Bishop Kelly trying to make sure they can take care of business. And it's a little bit added extra pressure this year with these games being immediately elimination games. Definitely makes things a little more interesting, I would say. In 4A tonight, as we'll dip down a class and look at some scores over there, Inola winners already over Jay, 62-42. Berry Hill beat Verdigris 80-65. Hilldale over Glenpool 51-48. McLean beat Seminole 47-30. Sallisaw over Poto 60-44. Mount St. Mary, who we've had on OSN this year, beat Harding Fine Arts 65-33. Tuttle over Plainview 48-41. Clinton goes down to Manford 52-36. Medill wins a good one over Pauls Valley 70-62. And Cash, OSN School, big winners over Elk City, 59-15. In 6A, as we kind of look ahead at what's to come there at the 6A level, there was regional action coming up. It starts tomorrow at the 6A level. Some games to note. Obviously, Owasso, my alma mater, hosting Bartlesville tomorrow night. Norman High, U.S. Grant. Norman North has got Capitol Hill, PC West, Northwest Classen, Edmond North, and Bixby. Be a fun one there. Obviously, the Huskies, always a very formidable foe in 6A. Westmore and Enid. UConn's got Choctaw, Edmond Memorial, PC North. Just some of the other games in 6A coming up tomorrow. Muskogee Jenks up into Tulsa area as the postseason is off and running all across the great state of Oklahoma, across a bunch of classes. Like we said, state tournaments for Class 2A and below starting next week. Next Tuesday, to be exact, at the Big House. And OSN is going to be producing some of those games for the NFHS Network, which is where you can watch all the state tournament games. The great Eric Sharam, of course, producing some of those broadcasts next week at the Big House and at UConn High School, which is where the 5A semis are going to be in a couple of weeks. Also some games there next week as well. And yours truly will also be on the call for some of those state tournament games on FHS Network over the next couple of weeks. So hopefully everyone tunes in throughout the week, throughout the next 2 weeks, for what should be a great couple of weeks of action, as it always is in the state tournaments. At halftime here, Dell City leads Guymon 45-16. We'll step aside for another quick break. When we come back, we'll have the second half as the Eagles look to take care of business here, finish the job, and get on to tomorrow. As Guymon, meanwhile, tries to save their season. Got a big hole to overcome as they trail 45-16. Second half coming up on their side of this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, God hail, call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Back in Del City, Josh Calloway here with you, ready to start the second half between the Del City Eagles and the Guymon Tigers here live on OSN. Winner of this game moves to the regional final tomorrow night. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip back here in Del City, as the Eagles will handle the basketball first, leading comfortably 45-16. Glad everyone can be tuned in on a Thursday evening. Great little double dip here in Del City of playoff basketball. Great time of year. We're thrilled to be here with you. McAllister right out of the gates here off a deflection will lay it up and in, and a good start for the Eagles. And a quick turnover, and Graham immediately lays it in. That's 4 real quick points out of the gates for Del City, who have just come in on a mission here tonight, and that's a 5-second call. Wow, what a start to the second half for Del City. You might think 29-point lead to start the second half. Maybe come out a little flat, maybe not totally, with that edge. Got a big lead, comfortable. No, a lightning fast start here for the Eagles. 4 quick points, and they've got the ball back already in the first half minute. McAllister handles it for the Eagles. In the corner, Tavon Johnson being guarded by Leray. Gives it to the top, McAllister. Goes his left, crossover. Swing around, Shaw. Black Wolf back to Shaw. McAllister again. Now Mishon Graham underneath Tavon Johnson. Kick out in the corner. Open look at a 3 for Shaw. Too strong. Great ball movement there. Led to a good look, but Shaw too strong. Guymon the other way. Leray, right-hand floater, left short. Pulled in by the other Leray, and he puts it home. So Tesfayeh's shot came up short. Alamayu cleans it up for him, though. And the Tigers have got a quick bucket, 49-18. Black Wolf handles it for the Eagles. Underneath Tavon Johnson. Up and under move. That was slick. Puts that one home. And the Eagles cross the 50 mark, 51-18. Del City just real crisp offensively tonight. And they've had a layoff. There's been a gap. We kind of talked about that, Jordan and I. Last broadcast I did here on OSN was Del City taking on Klassen, who we'll see in our next game, ironically, as this shot doesn't go for Leray. In Oklahoma City, as a great pass up to McAllister. That was beautiful. We had a great angle of that here on OSN. And, Del City's offense, has been a little clunky at times this year, but they look on point. And like we said, the layoff, Jordan and I talked about that a couple of weeks ago as a travel and turnover. The way the calendar was kind of structured this year, you don't normally have this much of a gap between the end of the regular season and the start of the playoffs. But that's where we kind of were this year with the way the calendar kind of fell. There's teams that haven't played since Valentine's Day that are playing do-or-die elimination games tonight, almost 2 full weeks later. But hasn't bothered Del City a lick, as they've been right on point from the start tonight. 3 ball for Graham doesn't go. Black Wolf, though, able to run down and save it, buys the Eagles another possession, which is always going to be big in these playoff games, getting those multiple opportunities. McAllister's 3, almost an incredible roll. Black Wolf the rebound, put back, yes. Del City keeps piling it on. They lead at 55-18, 5.5 to play in the third. Leray almost traveled, able to get it across. Now Martinez handles it for Guymon. This is Keenan with it. Leray, mishandled it, able to get it back, though. Save the possession. Double team, McAllister and Black Wolf hounding him, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on the floor. Make sure we thank our third quarter sponsor before I forget. Patrick Newby, hanging up in the corner, up in that right-hand corner. See him up there. Patrick Newby, Farmers Insurance. The Newby Agency is your local Oklahoma Farmers Insurance agency in Midwest City. Our agency is family-owned and operated and has been serving the public for over 40 years. Office located As the shot for Leray doesn't go. Located off 29th and Air Depot near Tinker Air Force Base. Come by and see him. 560 West Boeing Drive, Suite A. Or give him a call at 45733-7671. As that layup goes, makes it 57-18. Del City's lead continuing to balloon. And another turnover here. Blackwolf poked it away. He'll go to the rim and lay it in. Caleb Blackwolf is everywhere in this third quarter so far. Almost got another turnover right there as I was speaking his praises. And here is a turnover. Mishon Graham read it all the way. Pass ahead. McAllister layup good. So Del City continuing to pile it on here. 61-18 Eagles making a statement in their playoff opener. Guymon can't get across half court as Graham's dunk attempt didn't go. Went for an exclamation point there. McAllister fires an open three, left it short. Rebound tipped and ends up in the hands of Leray. And he will get it across here for Guymon. Pass ahead, Montgomery to the rim, blocked. Boy, Del City, the defensive intensity has just ramped up significantly here in this third quarter. It was good in the first half, too. We talked about that at the time. Getting a lot of passing lanes, forcing a lot of turnovers, but they have just been suffocating on Guymon here in this third quarter, and they've opened up, obviously, a wide lead here, 61-18. Inbound to Leray, who puts it home. Alamayu Leray, right off the inbound, able to put that in. That was well done off the inbound for the Tigers, 61-20. Tavon Johnson in the corner to Turner on the wing. Left side, Jade Johnson. He'll fire away on an open three. Left is short. Rebound ripped down by Shaw, and he's fouled. Come on, Shaw. Comes flying in. Great athlete, of course. Pulled that in and drew the foul. I want to make sure we give us an opportunity to thank our title sponsor. Again, they've been up in the left-hand corner all evening, helping us bring you these playoff broadcasts, which is Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC. From oil changes to major repairs, we service all makes and models. Visit today at Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC, exit Hudiburg at 6100 Tinker Diagonal in Midwest City. Confidence is Cavender. Both free throws are good for Shaw, 63-20. Now the advantage for Del City. Certainly look to be well on their way to a spot in the regional final tomorrow night. Back here at the home of the Eagles. That game, of course, will be on OSN, as all Mid-Del playoff games are. Shaw able to force a turnover. Bad pass, though, here is intercepted. Leads to a fast break for Guymon all the way to the rim. Layup is good. So the Tigers get that one to go, 63-22. Tavon Johnson gets it to Turner. Left side, come on, Shaw. Give it up. Fleming open look at a three. A little too strong. Runs down his own miss. And Del City a second opportunity. Fleming on the other side. Bounce pass Johnson. Good feed to Jaden Johnson, who lays it in. More good ball movement for the Eagles leads to a good look right at the rim. That's been a theme throughout the night as Del City continuing to get whatever they want pretty much offensively. That's going to be a foul on Marquise Fleming. Put an elbow in Alamayu Leray. Been just a crisp night for Del City offensively. Obviously, it's one thing when you're just making shots, which Del City has. They've hit from behind the arc more than a handful of times tonight. But the passing has been great. The passing, and that's one of those things that you feel like when you're moving the ball, you're running your offense, that can transfer around no matter who you're playing and is sustainable and transferable to every level, every opponent, every stage as you go further deep into this postseason. You keep doing that, you're going to give yourself a chance. So Coach Hatch's got to like that. Shaw for three, Clackums. Another Bobby Lewis three ball as Johnson fed it out to Shaw, who's had a nice night shooting the ball. Puts that one in. This is Julian Aguilar, number 12, into the game as he feeds off to a Zaida, who lays that in. Nice tough finish. 68-24. Pass deflect out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles. Still to come tonight here from Del City. Classen SAS taking on Lawton MacArthur. Very interested in that game coming up in just a bit here on OSN. Live here from Del City. Do have another late game as well. We mentioned we have a very packed 6 o'clock window. Not as many games coming up at 7:30, but we do have the game here, which we'll have from Del City. And then out in El Reno, Midwest City and Noble tonight. Another little interesting game there. Bombers a healthy favorite, defending champs, but an interesting game there. So maybe get the dual screen later because we're going to have a couple of fun ones coming up at 7:30. Midwest City, Noble, and then here for us in Del City, Lawton Mack and Class and SAS. 3-ball doesn't go for Jaden Johnson. Board is ripped down by Holmes back in the game, and he puts it in. So Del City has crossed the 70 plateau still in the third quarter. Don't see that a lot in high school hoops. 70 is a big number for the game. Just kind of goes to show you how good Del City has been offensively tonight. And now we got an offensive foul on Guymon. The foul was put on Stelzer. Just the second of the quarter on Guymon. We mentioned it's been a pretty free-flowing game. There has not been a ton of whistles tonight. Not a ton of free throws. Pretty clean game. Officials have let them play, which you appreciate in the postseason especially. You appreciate it always, but especially in the postseason. Jaden Johnson for 3 doesn't roll home. Rebound is loose, scooped up by Ozida, and Guymon will bring it down the floor. Fire away on a 3. Clackums! All the way down the floor, Damian Ozida said, I got this, guys. Goes down and lays it in, but quickly the other way, Del City in transition gets a layup. I think that was Marcus Fleming who put that one in for the Eagles. Adds to the healthy lead. Ozida, who's doing some good things right now for Guymon, has the ball, but turns it over here. Jaden Johnson skies for it and pulls it in. Eagles have it back. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Turnover. Long pass ahead. Leads to a fast break for the Tigers. All the way to the rim. Layup won't go. Contact there, but no whistle. Marquise Fleming, 3-ball at the buzzer. It'll count. Doesn't go home, and that's going to end the third quarter. Del City in command. They lead over Guymon 72-27 at the end of 3. We'll step aside, be back for the fourth quarter. You're watching the 5A State Basketball Playoffs on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Back to Del City. Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the fourth quarter in this playoff opener. Obviously a big lead for the home team as they lead at 72-27 as we head to the fourth and final frame in this elimination game, as all opening round games are this year in 5A, as a scoop layup is up and good for Leray. Certainly, barring something miraculous, looks like that'll be Guymon tonight as their season will come to a close. Del City, meanwhile, will move on to the regional final tomorrow, which will not be an elimination game. This pass deflected out of bounds. The way that's going to work, basically, it's not an elimination game tomorrow, but that game tomorrow is huge because if you win your regional, you basically, the most simple way to put it, you have 2 shots to win 1 to get to the state tournament next weekend. If you lose the regional final, you still move on to next weekend, but you got to win 2. You got 2 games, and you got to win them both against really good teams just to get to state the following weekend. So it's a drastically different path if you win your regional as opposed to just getting the runner-up. Both advance, but it's a very different path. So those games tomorrow, those regional finals, while they may not be season on the line, they're massive. And the teams that win the regionals advance to state, obviously the lion's share of the time, as A ball's mishandled out of bounds. We'll go back over to Guymon here in the fourth. Make sure we thank our fourth-quarter sponsor, which is Louis. Louis, 6007 Southeast 15th Street in Midwest City. Louis, we're in your neighborhood. Pass deflected here, leads to a turnover for the Eagles. Start the break. Fleming going down the floor, all the way to the rim, blocked. That was well done by Leray. Eagles do save it. Marcus Fleming from the free throw line. Rolls off. Holmes, a nice rebound. Putback won't go home. Fleming, a nice rebound. His putback will go. So Del City putting in some work on the offensive glass. And it is rewarded with a bucket for Marcus Fleming. Got an injury here. And it looks like Dunnigan comes off. He'll be replaced by Malachi Martinez. Stick with us after the game, by the way. We'll put the finishing touches here. We'll wrap it up. We'll give you, again, the final info that you need to know for tomorrow. Kind of clean that up. That's for the next broadcast for the Eagles coming up tomorrow. The pertinent info there. I'll also give out our Triple E Screen Printing Player of the Game Award, too. Can't forget that. I don't know where we're going to go with that, as the shot is good for Mark Montgomery and the foul. Where do we go for the Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game Award? I'm kind of perusing the Del City roster as we speak here, as Montgomery gets ready to shoot a free throw. I could be talked into a few different guys. It's going to be tough. I think I know where I want to go. But we'll give it the last 6 minutes to make sure we're sure. Montgomery completes the three-point play, makes it 74-32. Jaden Johnson handles it, pulls up from the free throw line. I want to roll home. A friendly bounce off the home rims. Makes it 76-32. Martinez brings it down for Guymon. Gives up Leray. Rocket pass underneath is deflected and stolen by Jaden Johnson. Long pass ahead to Holmes, who dunks it home. They called a travel before the dunk. That was a great pass and a great catch and finish, but they said Holmes took too many steps. Had a bit of a wry smile after that. He can go back and pull the highlight here on OSN and just take out the sound. Just pretend that didn't get called back. Leray putting it on the floor, showing off the handles. Turnaround shot will not quite roll home. Whistle and a foul on the floor here. Going to go on Guymon. We got a timeout on the floor here for some mass substitutions with this one obviously in hand. 76-32 with 5:21 to go. Now we have another timeout. Not sure if it's a full timeout or not. We'll also in stick here regardless. Make sure we remind you. So tomorrow night, winner here, which obviously looks like it's going to be Del City, will head to the regional final at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Look at the winner of our next game, which is coming up. It's going to be a 7:30 approximate tip. They may start that game early, so keep an eye out if you're a MAC fan or a Classman fan tuned in, kind of just seeing how the game before theirs is going. Maybe keep an eye out for that game starting a little early. It's set for a 7:30 tip. They probably won't start early, but they might, so keep an eye out. We'll be ready if it does. And we'll launch the broadcast early. As this game's been pretty tidy. Like we said, not a ton of whistles. Really, I don't know if either team's even really hardly any timeouts in this game. It's breezed by pretty quick. As Del City in command. Pass deflected here as we have a lot of subs. We'll try and get them all in for both teams. In the game for Guymon, number 0 is Isaac Dunnigan. He's a 5'6 junior. For Del City, meanwhile, we'll try and get everyone here. Number 12, Burley Richardson is a 6'1 senior. 32, Pablo Williams, a 6'2 junior. 44, Jordan Wiley, a 6'5 junior. Josiah Chester's back in the game. We saw him earlier. Also in there is DeAndre Mustin. We saw him a little bit earlier as well. So Coach Hatchett able to empty the bench. Didn't really have to play his primary guys too much today. So it should be pretty well rested and fresh, you would imagine, for that big regional final game tomorrow against either Lawton Mac or Classen SAS. That game will be on this floor at 7 o'clock, and you can watch it live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Not sure who's going to have the call of that one. It's not supposed to be me. I'm slotted to head out to El Reno tomorrow night. We'll see who makes their way over here. It might be Jordan Ray getting out here tomorrow. Either Jordan or Tracy Mussett maybe will be on the call. Someone will have you covered here on OSN. We're everywhere in the playoffs. Pablo Williams will fire away on a three. Rims out. Rebound pulled in by Montgomery, and he's bumped from behind and fouled. 4:07 to play. Couple guys coming back in for Guymon. Damian Ozaida, number 1, and Connor Stelzer, number 52. Both guys are seniors, so their high school careers winding down here, final half quarter. Always kind of the tough part of it. We love the playoffs, but it's always tough to see guys' careers come to an end. You put so much time into it. We've all been there. Everyone played high school sports, and it comes to an end. It's a little tough to stomach at the time. But going down fighting here as Damian Ozaida draws the foul. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. The Tuning by House's Cherry Stripe, which, like we said, has not gotten a big workout today. There's been free throws, but not too many, all things considered. First one good for Ozaida, who's had a nice second half for Guymon. Second one goes. Did you happen to see where Ozaida shot that free throw from? He was almost at the elbow. I don't see that a lot. He made it, so whatever works. But that was interesting. You don't really ever see that. He moved way over to his right. It was basically a hip to hip with the whichever Eagle that was there at the end of the lane. That was something. And whistling a foul here. So as I mentioned, it hasn't been a ton of free throws. Might get a bunch here down the stretch. As Jordan Wiley now will go to the line for Del City. The Tuning by his House's Cherry Stripe. First one off the back iron, no good. Some MacArthur and Classen fans starting to file in a little bit. Get ready for the nightcap here from Del City. Between the Islanders and the Comets. Should be a fun one coming up in just moments from now as Wiley splits the trip. 77-34 Eagles well on their way to their 17th win of the season. And a spot in the regional final tomorrow, and obviously punch their ticket to next weekend in the area tournament as they try to get back to the state tournament once again under the great Lenny Hatchett. Foul here on Del City on the floor. That was their last to give, though, so Guymon will be in the bonus the rest of the way we go tonight. Stelzer to Leray. I don't know if that was blocked or he passed to Martinez. Gets it back to him. Floater left short. Rebound pulled in by the Eagles. That was Chester ripping that one down. Walking into a three here and a little too strong was Richardson. Ozaida the break for Guymon all the way to the rim. Can't get the roll. Good ball movement. Wiley lays it in off a nice feed from DeAndre Mustin. We got a whistle here to get a substitution as Mark Montgomery going to come back in for Guymon. He'll replace Leray. Martinez handles it. He'll fire away on a three. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound ripped down by Wiley. Mustin all the way to the rim. Scoop layup attempt not going to go, but he's bumped and fouled. So nice move by Mustin. And he'll take a stroll to the Tuning by his House Cherry Stripe to shoot a couple more. Try to get Del City up and over that 80 mark. That one's off the back iron, no good. Second one also rolls off, so an empty trip there. Lead will hold at 79-34. Ozida handles it for Guymon, as he has a lot, especially in this fourth quarter. Able to get it away to Keenan. Ozida fires away on a three. Clackham's nice shot by Ozida, and he got teed up. I appreciate the passion as Ozida hit the three, and then I think he made some sort of a motion, basically getting it in the defender's eye there. I'm not sure who it was. Nothing too egregious, but official get that in the bud and hits him with the technical foul, so it'll be free throws here for Del City. Williams thought he was going to take him, but instead they're going to have Burley Richardson do the honors. Guymon coach is kind of having a laugh about that technical on Ozida. First free throw is good, by the way, so they do get to the 80 mark. Second one will not go home. Coach Schnatz, who, like we said, goes by Coach Germany, which is a phenomenal moniker. Kind of busting Ozida's chops a little bit there. He kind of was joking with him there as we're in the final 2 minutes. Richardson with it for the Eagles. Pass deflected. Ozida's got it again. Ozida's had a great fourth quarter. He's really been active. He'll fire away on a three and hit another one. Boy, Ozida has gotten very hot in this second half, particularly in the fourth quarter. Good for him. Going out, obviously a senior. A senior, excuse me. As Del City returns the favor on a deep one. Bobby Lewis three ball. Final 125. Ozida's feeling it. He wants it. Going out, feeling good. Martinez fires when a three. He hits. So Guymon has gotten hot from deep here in this fourth quarter. Obviously just not going to do any difference on the final result, but going out swinging. I think it'll look a little more respectable on the scoreboard. Still obviously a big Del City win as they turn over here with 104. Want to make sure we get it in here before I forget. And since we obviously had this one well in hand, the Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game Award. Triple Elite Screen Printing. Find world-class designs and hot new styles at Triple Elite Screen Printing. I'm going to go with Guymon Shaw. I kind of wasn't sure which way I wanted to go with it. I'm going to go with the junior, Guymon Shaw here in this playoff opener. A lot of threes early, forced a lot of turnovers as we have a turnover here right on cue. At least so fast breaking a layup for DeAndre Mustin. He was really, really good tonight. There was a bunch of Eagles that were good, that were deserving. I consider Jayden Johnson in the mix for that as well. But so Guymon Shaw, our Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the night, hit some shots from deep, forced a lot of turnovers, just was really active. Like I said, there was a lot of Eagles that you could make a pretty strong argument for tonight. But I'm going to go with number 5, the 5'10" junior, Guymon Shaw, our Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game Award. Montgomery's three is too strong. Ozida roofs down the board in the final half minute. That three ball left short. Del City brings it up. This is Williams. Pass ahead. Left-hand finish is good for Josiah Chester. Makes it 87-43. Let's see if Ozida gets one more shot off here. Watch from behind. Spin gives up Martinez. He'll go ahead and fire a deep one. Offline. Stills are the board. Montgomery doesn't count. And that's your ball game. Del City wins it 87-43. Go to 17-7 on the season. Guymon will finish their year at 4-19. And Del City moves on to the regional final tomorrow night back here in Del City. And they're on to the area tournament. And they'll have a game tomorrow. If they win, they'll be one win away from state. If they lose, they'll have to go the hard way next week. But they're on to next week as they get the job done. 87-43, a dominant win over Guymon to move on to the regional final tomorrow night. It's a 7 o'clock tip back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Look at the winner of our next game between Lawton Mac and Classen SAS. All right, we're going to step aside here. That's it for this one. We're going to have the next game, Classen and Lawton Mac, coming up in about 15 minutes-ish. So look for that broadcast to get going in about 10 minutes. It'll be on a separate stream. So this stream's going to end. And whether you're on YouTube, the website, the app, whatever, just look for the Lawton Mac versus Classen SAS stream to get underway in about 10 minutes or so here from Del City as the Eagles dominant winners over Guymon 87-43 to move to the regional final tomorrow. Appreciate you tuning in as always. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for our next ball game, but if not then, we'll see you tomorrow for Del City in the regional final against either the Highlanders or the Comets. Good night, everybody, from Del City. The Eagles dominant winners over Guymon. High school basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.